Hey, folks, can you hear me? We have had so many difficulties doing this. This is our first live. We've never tried it before. I want to know if you guys have audio. Yes. Yes. Humdinger, humdinger, humdinger. My editor did it because I was fucking lost. Excuse my French. I'm about 3 IPAs in and a shot of Don Julio. So excuse my French. Look, let me give you admonition right now, folks. We're not going to have haters. We're not going to have trolls. We're not going to have none of that negative crap. If you guys have intent on doing that, we will block you and delete you immediately. So don't waste our time. Don't waste my editor's time. We're not even going to tolerate it, right? So let me say this. We have giveaways. We have a bunch of giveaways, right? Because we hit the 50,000 mark and we promised books. We promised posters. We promised all that good stuff, right? And I have it. I have an abundance of it, right? So my editor has to choose. My editor has to choose who's going to win because I am biased, and you know why I'm biased. So I'm not even going to explain, right? I'm biased. I'm biased. Now, for Mrs. G, for Nadine, for Lady Boss, or Boss Lady, for all our number one contributors, and CC, all my day one followers. Nadine has been one of the biggest supporters of this channel, and I got to give a shout out to you guys. Jason has been a number one supporter. Real Bible Thumper has been a real supporter. All you guys, thank you so much. And for Carlios, I forget the number after your name, but for Carlios, Cubo, bro, all you guys that have been here from day one, I can't express the depth of my appreciation because it's the viewers, each one of you here tonight, that have been the backbone and the musculoskeletal structure of this channel. Without you guys, this channel's nothing. And I mean that truly. I truly mean that. I mean, it's just me, a talking head. And who wants to listen to a talking head? I mean, because I was this or that, that doesn't make me anything. I truly feel that. You guys make me who I am on this channel, right? And it's for you that I create the content. It's for you guys. And each of the members, you guys have supported me from the inception of membership. Buy the team a cup of coffee. You guys have supported us. And we really give nothing back other than kicking out content every day, having the editor work 7 days a week. You guys are supporting that. So we want to create something that gives back to you guys specifically. I didn't want to exclude anybody today, so I included everybody. Hey, Eric, thank you for the contribution. We have never dealt with the LASD gangs. They didn't exist in my time. You know, I mean, there were the guys, right? There was a guy who became the mayor of a small city in Southern California. He was a deputy, and I think that was the very inception of the gangs as they existed at that time. They used to pull me out and torture me, right? And they had this crew that carried these big old long mini mags, about 2 feet long, and they wore these little tight shirts. That was the inception of the gangs, I believe, because they were really the wrecking crew of LASD. But they weren't in existence back then. I mean, it was mob and the sheriffs. That's what it was. So let me give you a heads up, folks. I am 3 IPAs in and a shot of Don Julio. So I'm a little loose, but I'm not that loose. Don't think I'm going to crash out. That's not me. That's not what I do. You guys know what I think about who's that person? Matt 7998. Do you ever miss any of the Cardenales? Not the life, dude. There are times when I miss the life. I'm being straight up, dude. I miss it. The power, the allure, the chicks, everything. You know, and I miss the Cardenales. There are certain Cardenales that I love that are my friends. I don't care that they got to kill me. I don't. That doesn't mean anything to me. But they are my brothers. They are my brothers, and I love them. They're my friends. Daryl Baca, Huero Shryak. There's a few brothers that are in the organization still that I love, that I pray for every night. You know, and you can't, if you haven't lived that life, don't freaking critique me for still loving them. If you haven't been a carnal, if you haven't swam in the deep end of the pool, then don't voice your opinion because you don't know what that bond is. Sparky Butt. Sparky Butt 4728. Next IPA is on me. Brother, thank you so much. I am down. I'm going to take a sip right now, brother. Sparky Butt. I don't know why they call you that. I'm just going to trust that it's innocuous and not what I think. But okay, Sparky Butt. Well, Sparky Butt. I'm sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. I'm in a few. Okay. And from, I can't see this. John Masteas, 5771. What up, homie, from Santa Fe Springs? What up, homie? Santa Fe Springs swap meet. I used to go there all the time, bro. I used to go there all. It was 50 cents to get in the day. Back in the day, I lived down the street, straight down Marquardt. Straight down Marquardt. I lived right down the street from that place. I know it well. I would not dare set foot in there now when I visit Southern California. No freaking way. No freaking way. But yeah, Santa Fe Springs. What up, brother? Hey, you get a signed book by going to www.realreneenriquez.com. Let me know what your message you want. You pay for the book, whatever message you want. I'll sign it for you personally. My editor handles shipping. So, dude, go there. www.realreneenriquez.com. Get books, merch, everything. Thank you to Jimmy Two-Face. Thank you, brother. I don't know why they call you Two-Face, but I hope it's for a good reason. What kind of IPA am I drinking? Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA. 9.5% alcohol. The tall cans, brother. No other, brother. Bird Dog, cheers to you, brother. Love you too. Beefberg, no problem, brother. Thank you too, bro. Thank you for supporting this channel. We love you. We love you. Believe it when I say we love you. My editor and I love you to death, bro. To Danny Romero 6068. My father was very successful. He was an entrepreneur, but he used his brothers as well. He was doing his thing, you know, and I think that could have been me. I think he was grooming me for generational wealth. I was just too ignorant to see it. Thanks for what? What's flow stick? Jesus, thank you so much, brother. We love you. We love you. We love you. What was the name?
City.
One City Boy 3. Do any of the ex-mobsters ever hit me up on how to get out of life? You know what? Nobody has hit me up. I usually do a video for the people that I think are ready to get out based on law enforcement recommendation. Nobody's contacted me on how to get out or what to do. But I encourage everybody that wants to change their life, that wants to get free, that wants to go home. You know, Dude, I got so much advice on how to do that. Look, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I had 2 life sentences and 1 life without. And if I can get out, anybody can get out. So if any carnal wants to get out, contact me at reneenriquezuncensored at proton.me. Hey, I want to thank everybody for the gifts. There's so many pouring in that I can't reach out to everybody. I just can't keep up with this. This is like overwhelming me. And remember, I'm like 4 in right now, bro. Can't hang. I really can, but my editor can. So, and we will reach out to you and thank you individually via email or whatever it is we have to do. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you so much for the gifts. You guys are the heart and the backbone of this channel. I can't repeat that enough. I know I say it all the time, and know that it's heartfelt.
Okay.
For everybody that's been asking about family, dude, I came from the exterior appearance, the idyllic Camelot family. Mother and father immigrated from Mexico. Well, actually, my dad was born in Clarkdale, went to Mexico, and came back, Jalisco specifically. My mom was from Zacatecas, but they achieved the American dream. Lived in bedroom communities, Thousand Oaks, California, really nice areas. They achieved this business, which was resin craft decorating industries, and that parlayed into other businesses. It was a good life. I lacked for nothing. I mean, we're the poor rich. We were paper rich, you know, but I had a good life. And I've always said that, even in the book, but I think that behind the scenes, I never wanted to reveal that I came from a dysfunctional family fraught with incestuous behavior. So, that's for another topic. It was traumatic, but opportunities were there. My dad gave me the path to success, and I didn't follow it. I chose to live a different life. Real Ministries Inc. Dude, I always get your comments on Instagram. I get them on YouTube all the time. Do I think MS will ultimately take over the MA? Look, I think the MA is in for a fall. In the history of all empires, and let's consider the Mexican Mafia an empire within the prison subculture, right? It has been dominant for the past 75 years. All empires fall. In the history of man, the Byzantine Empire, the Roman Empire, every empire that has existed has fallen. What exempts the Mexican Mafia from that? Do I think MS-13 will replace that? No. No. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. But I think some group will rise up and take control of the prison hierarchy, if you will. I'm for lack of a better phrase. The Mexican Mafia is not omnipotent. It is not this monolithic organization that you think it is. It's 130 guys throughout the state of California and the feds. So yeah, I think it's due for a humbling. When that will come and how it will come, who knows? Who knows? Westside Pablo, 2. Thank you so much for the gift, brother. Am I still in touch with my siblings? It's kind of a security question. Let's just say that I love my family. All right, that should answer your question. Um, Julio P288. The administration is missing the bigger target. Why focus on La Mara instead of La M? Would dismantling La M's leadership have a greater impact? No, I don't. Look, I think administratively, from a presidential administration, dismantling La Mara is good for politics. It's a good optic, right? I mean, it plays well on the news, but from a logistical perspective, dismantling the Mexican mafia is a better strategy. Um, I think you deal with two factions of MS-13 and MS, and it's different politics, right? It's a larger question that can be answered right here in this brief period of time, but I think it's part of a greater episode that we can do in the future. Detective Katz 3392. It's 2026. Is La MS still the powerful organization it once was? I don't know. I don't know. I think that the MS weakened significantly. I think you see multiple individuals raise hands to Mexican mafia members. I'm going to do an episode on that specifically. I think that the organization has lost some of its overall influence, although it's still known for killing members within the organization. I think that outside organizations view it as a weakening organization. We're going to do an episode on that, and I don't want to reveal too much now. Dre 7018. Hey, brother, thank you so much for the gift. My first few days out, I can't even articulate the level of paranoia that I had. I was wearing a COVID mask everywhere. I was just so hyper vigilant. That PTSD kicked in so ferociously, bro, that I couldn't even sleep at night. In fact, the first meal I had was Burger King, and I didn't even taste it because it was the first night I was with my wife in a hotel at an undisclosed location, and all I could think about was the obvious, right? But let me tell you that the stress and the anxiety and just had such an overwhelming negative effect that you know I think the second night was better. That's all I'll say on the topic. Who is that? Uh, Free Dog 6124. Have I ever been approached about a movie on my life and would I be interested? Yes, I have been approached on a number of occasions. I've signed a number of contracts. But let me tell you about Hollywood. They suck the big one. It's all about talk. It's all about claiming all IP. In terms of IP, I mean intellectual property. They want to own you. They want to own your book. They want to own everything you do. You know, I'm not down with that. I'm down with a company that wants to produce a very valuable, uh, informative, and educational product in terms of cinema. But I'm not down with somebody owning my life. So I've signed a few contracts and they haven't developed. Not on my, not because of me, because I'm down. I'm currently in negotiations with somebody to probably do something in the future. But again, when it materializes, it materializes. Um, until then, we'll see. Uh, Dude, that real fundamental. Thank you so much, brother. I love real fundamentals because you were brothers. You were my brothers, just from another mother. Yeah, I pour the cereal first, bro. Pour the cereal first, then the milk, then the artificial sweetener, and let it soak till it gets soggy. The only way to do it, bro. This is my editor. Fernando Catorena -R7B. Hey, Rene. Good afternoon. Once you're done reading the book, you think you can read us a book, for example, 48 Laws of Power or any other book, and give us your take chapter by chapter? I think I can, but like some of my favorite books you might not like. Like I like 48 Laws of Power. I like Red Badge of Courage. I like a few books. But yeah, we can do that. We can review movies. We can do all that. I'm going to do a few movies as well. I did one or two already, but we'll continue with that series. Yeah, I'm sure we can do that. Eternal Nook 915. Did I only work with Toker and Cynthia? Anyone else you had doing work in Chivas? You know what? I had the Rincons, Pete and Richie. Those are my boys, right? I knew them, right? They were my boys. I grew up with those guys. And Toker and Cynthia used to visit me at Pelican Bay, and Toker was her husband. I never met the guy. I knew her through the crew, right? And those are really the only people that I had in Chivas. David Rangel Sr., Rene, what are your thoughts on the use of letters PTSD? This is a term that was used by the military of this country. Now it seems that everyone has decided to use this phrase for everything. Look, PTSD is not reserved for cops that have witnessed or participated in extremely violent incidents or the military. Look, I remember your comment. I remember your comment specifically. And you suggested that I never compare convicts to cops and servicemen. But your PTSD is no different than mine. I participated in extremely violent stuff. And you can't expect to participate in that type of lifestyle, witness that type of stuff, or have the personal traumatic experience, such as physical abuse, sexual abuse, whatever it is, and not come out with PTSD. So your PTSD is no different than my PTSD, and my diagnosis, because I'm an ex-con, a killer, whatever, a dope fiend, doesn't minimize my diagnosis, bro. I mean, once you get past that green or blue or against green against blue or blue against convict, the cop against convict mentality, you'll see that the real diagnoses are there. I mean, I remember you, bro, because it offended me greatly when you made that comment, and I didn't take it personal. I responded the way I truly felt from my heart. This was a real topic for me. PTSD. I deal with it every day. I have nightmares. I scream at night. I fight at night. I attacked my wife once. This is real, bro. I deal with it. So my PTSD is no less significant than yours. George M5478. Hello, Rene. Will we ever have a complete audiobook version of The Black Hand? Also, this is the fucking shotgun question, bro. One question. Also, do you have a story of what was going on behind the scenes between the Ama and the Mongols? Be well and great work. Look, a shotgun question is multiple questions in one. So keep the shit to one, people. Okay. Well, one question. You can tell I'm 4 in now. All right. Okay. So check it out. What was the question? Oh, yeah. We'll have a complete audio version of this. that'll go to Spotify or whatever once I'm done reading. I think the abridged part, the annotations and the analogies that I add to it, I think that'll add to it. So I'm gonna put that up on Spotify. That's my editor's job, not mine. I don't know how to do that. I'm just an ex-convict with a GED. I'm serious, folks. My editor is a freaking rock star, and she'll make that happen at some point when we're done. But I'm gonna tell you straight out. Today we got some really paltry uh, views on the Black Hand. We got like 5,000 views so far for a Friday. Really? And you guys have been asking for this for a year, and I finally do it, and I get 5,000 views. Get the fuck out of here! Really? You know, that's not worth our time to do that. It really, it's more effort. It's a lot of work to put out a video. You guys don't even understand what that is. I have to read, I have to record, I have to do the graphics, whatever it is we have to do. Then my editor has to put it together, and then we got to put it up, and nobody shows up. Are you freaking kidding me? But we're gonna do a couple more. We're gonna try it out. If it doesn't pan out, we're gonna cut out of this. I'm telling you straight out. You know, we can bring up Periquito, 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 and you guys will give me 20,000, 25,000 views the first day. Then I do the Black Hand, and you guys give me 5,000 views, a best-selling book, and I'm reading it, I'm narrating it. Come on, you guys, come on. Bloody Bill 85. I've done a bunch of stories on Shy. Yes, yes, yes. I love Shy. He's my friend, right? He may have to kill me when he sees me, if he ever sees me. I think that's not going to happen. But look, so I answered a question to somebody, some commenter, freaking full of haterade, and I do let haterade through sometimes, right? I do let trolls through so I can respond to them, right? Just because they're so skewed in their perception of what reality is. So I responded to him like if you ain't been in the deep end of the pool, bro, you can't critique that, right? You can't critique the relationship and the brotherhood that's been forged under blood. And yes, I will do future episodes on him. You know, I probably won't include his family because I heard he don't like that, and I respect that decision and his position. I respect Shy so much that I will not include his family. So yeah, more future episodes coming. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Montana _ la onda. No, hombre. No, Montana, el jefe de los jefes. No me digas, hombre. Are you going to give me the apple, bro? The green apple? No. Hey, I got your comment, bro. Look, I knew Dubs. That's all I'll say. I will not comment on Dubs. I don't comment on other content creators. I'm not into that fucking controversy. I'm not into that, bro. I don't do that, bro. I'm not going to tell you where I know him from or when I met him or none of that, bro. I knew him, and that's good enough, right? He's good with me. I'm never going to speak negatively about him. Peace. Collectible random stuff 544. Bring on Sky Virgin. You're in love with her? Dude, you're freaking tripping. You're tripping, bro. What is up with you? You got to be on crack. She's fatal, bro. I look. God bless you, bro. You like the toxicas. Peace out. Detective Katz. Which Cardenales do I like the most? Hate the most. Gosh darn. Widow Sherm. Old freaking catfish lips. And Uncle Fester. Freaking turd. Look, those guys that politics so much that you can't help but dislike them. Uh, Honestly, man, I despise negative politics. I never participated in them as a carnal. I was always subject to them. So I think I have a distaste for individuals that do that. And Weddle Sherm has been one of the key dudes that have had so many people wrecked and likes to claim his fame. And then old freaking Uncle Fester politicking every carnal that comes across his path. And the dude's a turd. He's never done anything for the organization. He's never spilled blood for the organization. This is how I equate brothers, like blooded. They have to be blooded. That means immersed in the dirt, right? And I was immersed in the dirt. That's not braggadocio. That's not arrogance. I don't gloat on that. I don't glorify that. But the real is the carnales that I knew did dirt. Give me the freaking weasel. Somebody said, "Don't forget him." Nah, I don't forget him, man. We might do a shirt with a freaking weasel or something. Put Gibby's face on the weasel because he's iconic to the hotel series, right? God knows why that guy was made. I think it had to do with Perico or somebody. I just don't know. But that guy got made, and I knew in Tehachapi that he wasn't material. When he keistered that knife and it was popping out of his balloon knot, and he complained to go in, and he did an emergency recall just to go in, so he didn't have to do what he had to do. I knew it then. Periquito, periquito. Every time I hear that freaking song, I bust out laughing. I swear, you guys, it's become it's become a thing, right? It's become a thing, and we'll do a T-shirt for that too. But it's my editor. You guys got to sweat my editor. Send comments to her. Just say her editor, Miss Editor. Please do this, and she will do it. She adheres. She listens. She's the heart of this channel. Tacos. I can't tell you what kind of tacos, but tacos. Have I ever lost a fight in prison? From Hatchet Harry 12. Fuck yeah. Daryl Baca gave me two black eyes, man. My best friend. We got to fight in the cell. And he cracked me in the nose. I remember I jumped off the bunk and I grabbed him in the head like I socked him once or twice in the head. And he ended up getting out of the headlock that I had him in, and he cracked me right in the nose and gave me two black eyes. Yeah, he messed me up. But any other fight? Nah, I never. I don't remember. I remember I got jumped by two guys in Lancaster, and they didn't do anything. They didn't even scratch me. I think I got a bloody nose. That was it. But nah, I never got really got whipped in prison. I don't know what that says. Keep pig with me. Artesia Norwalk, keep it with me. I couldn't read that because, like I said, I'm 4 in. I'm gonna get ready to get 5 in right now. Um, you know what? I don't know what it was about, bro. When when I got in the hood, it was already on with Norwalk. I think it was because they were adjacent to us. They were so close to us that that there was just this beef. Hawaiian Gardens and Norwalk. I never went camping. Camping is drive-by shootings, right? Never went camping at Norwalk though. I always went to Hawaiian Gardens. That was my main enemy, and I never knew what it was about. I really didn't. I was just I got in the hood, and they told me these are our enemies, so I targeted them. I'm drinking IPAs. I am drinking Voodoo Ranger, Juice Force IPAs, and Don Julio. Terrible, dangerous mixture. Don't try it at home, folks. The real Reggie. Hey, dude, look, Cardenas have always been taught to respect law enforcement. It has always been against contrary to policy to oppose law enforcement because, look, it's just bad for business. You can't get clavo. You can't do this. You can't do that. It's just bad. So we've always respected law enforcement. You know what? I know very little about DC Blacks, but I will probably cover it at some point. I know the ABs whacked out a DC Black for the Mexican Mafia in Marion, Illinois. There's been a long-standing conflict with DC Blacks and the Mexican Mafia, and I'll probably address that. But just understand this: I like speaking about what I have subjective experience and knowledge on. I don't like being like other content creators that go out and read articles or watch videos and do reactions. I don't do reactions, bro. I just do what I know. I never met a DC Black. I don't even know who they are. I know they're from DC, and that's it. My favorite movie is man, that's a rough one, bro. That's a rough one. Probably Goodfellas. Probably one of my favorite movies. And another one is It's a Wonderful Life. I watch it every Christmas. Another one is The Ten Commandments. Another one, believe it or not, Wizard of Oz. Every Easter, I used to watch it in prison. I know it's lame, but I watched them. GG Woe, tell us stories about the Texas Syndicate or the Texas Mafia. I can't, bro. I met a couple of Texas guys from the Texas Syndicate. There was only one real one negro that we knew in Pelican Bay who was accepted, and they wanted to make him a cardenal. But the other guys were from California, Texas, and I can't really comment on them other than the conflict in DBI. I might do a video on it at some point, but yeah, I'll address it at some point. Do I ever get hate mails from cardenales or associates? You know, I get hate mail. I get hate comments sometimes from individuals who want to talk ish. I delete them. Sometimes I let them through so I can respond, and that's it, right? But no, not too much, man. Believe it or not, I don't get that much hate in these comments. I don't get that many haters. I mean, they accept it for what it is. This is the real. I don't need to put on airs. I don't need to lie. I was a cardenal. I debriefed. I told. I testified. I don't deny anything that they accuse me of. All of it's real, you know. So what are they going to talk ish about? So there's really nothing to talk about. I mean, that they don't like me. Okay, I get that. I'm on the lista anyway. So what are you going to do? Kill me twice? You're going to talk ish to me in the comments? Gangsters don't talk in these comments. Real gangsters that I know, they don't do that. They don't. And those dudes you see in talking in the comments and on other channels and all that stuff and on social media, they're not freaking G's. I'm telling you straight out. They don't do that. Real gangsters do. They don't speak about it. They do. Michael Franchese, everybody's asking about that. You know, I contacted his representative and I offered to do an episode if we got an episode as well, and I never heard back from them. I'm akin to doing that, and with a boxer from the NF, Boxer Mendoza, I think that would be a great episode. But Michael Franchese, yeah, I'm down to do it, but it's got to make sense for my channel, right? It can't be one-sided. You know, if it's todo para acá y nada para allá. Like if you want everything and you're not going to give anything back to the channel, then nah. It doesn't have to be about monetary gain. I don't do all interviews for monetary gain. Sometimes I love helping small channels, right? Just getting off the ground, just getting monetized. I love doing that. I've done it for a number of channels, right? But I am not down with people who want to monopolize footage. I am just not down with that. So look, if Michael Franchese wants to do it, we can do it. But it's got to make sense for both of our channels. It's got to benefit us both. And same with Boxer Mendoza. I'm down with that. Who said that? Well, I do a video on the 2 fibers and the BGF. Give me a drink of that, bro. I'm gonna take a shot of Cuervo right now. No, Don Julio. Excuse me. What the fuck? Nothing. Okay. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I digress. Well, I do a video on the 2 fibers or the BGF. Look, I knew a few BGF members that were my friends. My friends. Like I used to play chess with Takufu every day, and I knew Paul Red. I knew a couple of BGF guys. I knew a couple of 2 fibers, right? And I never had beef with those guys. You know, you hear all this stuff, all this freaking crap on YouTube that the 2 fibers had a green light on me, that these people had a green light. If they had a green light on me, then why didn't they whack me when I was there? That's all I'm saying. Look, I'm no Billy Badass. I'm a peace-loving guy. I don't want no problems with anybody. I truly don't. But again, like nobody bothered me, and I didn't bother them. I respected those people. They might not have liked me, and I might not have liked them, but there was no animosity. I didn't feel it. I didn't experience it. I didn't do any of that. You know. So yeah, I will do videos on the BG. I'm digressing. I'm ranting. But I will do videos on the 2 5 and the BGF. How do you know that I have it, bro? How do you know that I have it? Oh, Christian, somebody said something about traveling to another country, another continent. I got to say this, right? How do you know that I haven't? How do you know that I have not traveled to a couple of different places and lived life, right? I'm living life, bro. My best life there is, right? I never anticipated being out. I never anticipated kicking back, drinking IPAs and Don Julio and these other things called beat boxes. I don't know what the hell they are. Beat boxes, but they're bomb, bro. Bomb. Swish. Asada all day long, brother. What do you mean, al pastor? That's the stuff that hangs around the flies get on, bro. You go to the taquero and you see that stuff hanging there. I don't want to touch it because I think flies are getting on it. But asada is cooked right there for you. And there's nothing like carne asada off your own grill with lemon and orange and onions, carne preparado, chorizo preparado. Hey, dude, you got to come to my house. If you're ever out this way, then you come to my house and have some asada. Mike Dunce, is Chuco still alive? And have I had any contact with him since I've been out? I have not. Chuco's still alive, to the best of my knowledge. I may be wrong. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be the first one to admit I don't know everything about the mafia. So I hear these content creators, and there's a bunch of them who claim to know everything about everything. Certain content creators that get up, show their face, or don't show their face, and know every freaking detail about every carnal and every incident that took place. I don't even know that shit. So how the hell can they know that shit? And I was made for 17 years. I don't know that stuff. So I don't know. That is what it is, bro. Reina Duran. Hey, homegirl, thank you so much. This is one of our supporters right here. Reina Duran, special shout out to you. My editor deserves so much that I can't give her, but that's why she has a husband. That's why she has a husband. And to my homegirl Nadine, a key supporter of this channel from day one. Look, nobody supported this channel like Nadine. Love to you, Nadine. Love to you. You have been here since day one, since the mob spot. So my appreciation to you, heartfelt. I have never felt more sincere about my words than right now, this moment. What's his name? 940 at 940 Axe M. Thank you so much for the gift, bro. Rap music, GTO GTFOH. That's all I gotta say, bro. That's all I gotta say. I don't get down with rap. Don't get at me with that. I'm not playing that. Everybody's asking where I live now. Do you think I'm gonna say that? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, I'm gonna have a big ass party. I got cases of pyrotechnics, taco people coming. Dude, it's gonna be a blast. If you were here, rock party, bro. Rock party. But I'm not gonna tell you where I'm at. Believe me, it's not close to you because most of my viewers are from Southern California. But dude, I wish I could. I wish I could just have like a public event with you guys, uh, just to have drinks and dinner and sign books and take pictures. But there's so much security involved, man. I'd have to hire a whole security team, like SWAT guys and all that stuff, man. But believe me, we're building to that. We'd love to do it with the key supporters and have you come in and have dinner and all that. Like Michael Franchise does and Sammy the Bull does. If they could do it, why can't I do it? Right? As long as we've got enough pistolas there, we can handle any threat. Excuse me on the tier. Just said, excuse me on the tier, Rene. All right, brother. You have the floor. I don't rock a Rolex. Look, my dream watch is a Tag and a Rolex, right? I rock Invictas. I rock Hamiltons. I rock Movados. I rock Tissot. I rock some good watches, right? My watches are like freaking aphrodisiacs to me. Watches, suits, and good cigars. That's my thing, right? That's my vanity, right? I like buying good suits. I like buying good watches. I like buying good cigars, right? And good shoes. Good shoes. Man's got to be dressed because that's a statement, right? When you walk in a room, you got to own that motherfucker, right? So I have on my wish list a, a tag and stainless steel Oyster Perpetual. That's coming soon. You will see it on camera. Believe you me, it's coming. All right. A lot of people are asking about what it's been like out of prison and my experiences. And so let me talk about that for a minute. We got about 10 minutes left. We're going to wrap this up, right? And just all of you people out there, I'm going to be doing this every week. Like I want to get back to you guys, and I think this is important to connect with you guys. You know, I can't answer every comment. I really can't because there's 520 of you guys in the live stream right now, and but I want to assure you that we're going to do this on a regular basis. And I always get back to comments. I read every comment that's made on the channel personally. I answer the ones that I can answer. And if you continue doing this, I will continue responding until I get back to you. So, what it's been like. I think I lack the words to articulate the depth of what I really feel in society, right? I think the first couple of years were pretty rough, man. freaking PTSD. I still go through it, dude. I have freaking nightmares regularly, you know, and and it's hard adjusting, you know. You could take the warrior out of the war, but he's still a warrior, right? And even though I want to live in peace, I'm still war ready, right? Don't make a mistake. I'm not a pacifist. You know, you can't come and slap me and think I'm going to turn the other cheek. I'm going to slap back, right? So there's that, right? There's that waiting, anticipating what's going to happen. I'm not afraid. I truly am not. I'm not afraid. I'm ready. Know that, and it's a sense of that and the common freedoms of being around people that you love and appreciate and admire. And I don't think that I can really say how much I feel blessed. Like every day, like sitting next to my editor. I mean, she's a wonderful, beautiful wife, wonderful mother. Does a great job for me. I feel blessed to have her. You know, I treat her like a queen that she is, just like I treat every woman in my life like a queen. I didn't know that in my youth. I didn't know that. I didn't know how to be a man, but now I do. You know, now I do, and I just want to be a good man. I may not meet that criteria in terms of some people's interpretation of what being a good man is, but I feel like I'm a good man. You know, I could be a bad man if you force me to be. I don't want to be that, but I don't know. For somebody who's done 40 years in prison, how do you verbalize what being free is? Like I was in the pool today, knocking back IPAs with my editor, with her husband, with my grandkids. How do you talk about that? You can't. You cannot. So freedom is a blessing to me, folks, and I will never take it for granted. All right, folks. Look, we're gonna wind it up here. I think we've been up for about an hour, and what I'd like for you guys to do, I'm gonna put this up as a video. Leave your comments and post questions so I can get to those in the future. Because look, almost 600 of you guys in here, and I can. There's no way possible that my editor can pose the questions to me. And for those of you who have gifted it and donated to the channel, thank you so much. We'll get back to you. So pose your comments. Ask me what you want to ask. Look, again, we have gotten no troll comments here. We've gotten no haters here, and we appreciate that because I'm going to tell you guys again. For any of the trolls coming in at the last minute, we will delete you and block you. You'll never come on our channel again. We do not tolerate that crap, right? This is a place of positivity. I don't care if you're active or inactive, norteño or sureño. You're welcome here. I don't care if you're gay or straight or whatever. You're welcome here. We will not have any hate on this channel. And I won't tolerate disrespect. I'll be damned if all of a sudden I'm a dropout and you're going to disrespect me. You didn't do that when you were active. You didn't do that when I was like, no. So why are you going to do it now? I'm dead serious. Like, just be gentlemen here. Be women, be gentlemen, be respectful, be courteous. So give me your comments, give me your questions. Dude, this went awesome. I freaking love it. And next week, we'll knock back some IPAs and some, I don't like Don Julio. I like some Añejo or some high-class fancy stuff, right? We're going to do some of that. And then we're going to swim in the pool, and we're going to dip in the jacuzzi, and we're going to chill with you guys. Like every Friday, this will be a thing for us. If you guys like that idea, let me know in the comments, please. All right, folks. I think I've said enough. I've been talking for an hour straight. God bless you guys. You guys are this channel. With that said, peace out, folks. I love you.